Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Uncensored Pillow Talk. Once again, here I am in the bed with you. Today we have very interesting topics to talk about. But first of all, I want to promote our page. You can follow us on newsupnow.com and click on entertainment if you want to see all the videos. Otherwise, you can go to social media and the videos are there. But if you want to see the past ones because you missed out, you can always go to newsupnow.com and click on entertainment. I always love to be repeated because I forget things, so I repeat them constantly, like if I would be talking to myself. So I hope you don't feel overwhelmed. We're going to talk about a lot of overwhelming topics today, and a lot of them are related to our partners or the people that we want to spend our life with, or the ones that we just want to have a one-night stand, and that's fine too. So we're going to talk about relationships, first of all, that big topic. And a lot of people are asking questions about this, and they're focusing more in the interaction about the soul-to-soul interaction and about the communication interaction more than the chemistry part, because that part is a given. You have it or you don't have it with somebody. You hit it off or you don't. So kind of like the energy tells you if that person can be for you or you can have some sort of interaction. The problem is that when you like somebody a lot, you meet somebody that you had a great time, you guys hit it off. And the question that they sent me was like, how do I get to know the person, see them and be with them without the technology in the middle? And I feel very identified with this because it is a big thing that you want to get together with somebody and you want to have some sort of getting to know the person in person, and all this technology in the middle and the texting and the emails and the Snapchat and the Facebook, and they talk to me through here and there, but they're really not talking to me. They're talking through a device. And again, people were asking, I'm on online dating because I don't have another way to meet somebody because I'm super busy. So is it okay to go on online dating to meet somebody? But then I go in this platform, which is great because it gives you the source to meet thousands and thousands of people, but then they don't respond back, or they call me and then they disappear and they ghost me and they do all these things. So they were asking me in this show, which is very interesting, how do you nail it to really meet the person, to get to see them, to talk over the phone? And my advice on this, or my opinion on this, is to really, what is it exactly that you want? Do you want to really meet the person? Do you want to talk to them? Express your needs. There's a problem in society, and it normally goes with the gender roles. Oh, the man has to do this, or the woman has to do that. Or you have to act a certain way because you're in a certain gender or a certain age. Or you're divorced and now you're on your way back and you have to respond this way. There's not a certain way because we're all unique creatures. We're all made in a different way. All of us, even if you're bisexual, if you're gay, if you're heterosexual, it doesn't matter. Communicate what exactly do you want. Do you want him or her to call you? Do you want this person to just meet you? Say it, express it. And you know what? If the person is not going to respond and they don't like that, then probably they're not for you. You have to work and operate on this system, because if you don't, then you'll be denying who you really are. You'll put up a show and then the person's going to get to know you later on and they're not going to want to be with you. So don't fake it. Be who you really are and express your needs. Look, I don't do Facebook. As simple as that. I don't do text. You can call me. If they keep texting, then they're not listening to you. Do you want to be with a person that is not listening to you? I think that all these things in technology are happening because we let ourselves down first. We got into the spin in the role of accepting things that were unaccepting for us. We did say, we don't want texting, but there we went texting. And we said we want to talk on the phone, but we accepted Facebook, or I don't know, whatever is out there. There's a lot of other LinkedIn and all of these social media ways of contacting somebody. So I always say this to people, what is it exactly that you want? You have to know what you want. And then when you know what you want, you have to know that you deserve it, because that's the other piece of the puzzle. So if you're with somebody or you met somebody that you like and they're not expressing in a communicative way the way you wanted to be invited or to meet them, then probably they're not for you. And if you are very sweet about it, but you say, look, I don't do texting, then this is the point that you should really decide, if this person can really be with you or not, even if it's a one-night stand, even if it's a person that's going to be your future friend. Express your needs in a relationship and out of it, always for yourself and everybody else. We're going to a small break and I shall return. Please stay tuned.
your sun kiss with Salon DNA 415-956-1909.
Welcome back to our show. And we have a very interesting question about somebody that I'm going to call V in this case, because she wants to be anonymous. And this person represents a lot of females out there, including myself, when I didn't know how to do this. She's asking a question about anal sex. Look, let's not be taboo about the whole thing of anal sex. We all enjoy it. I mean, some people don't because they don't know the pleasures that could come out of it. Some people are afraid. And there's this thing in society about guilt and shame. All the body parts that you have in sex, they are there for them to be enjoyed. So first of all, don't be afraid. Don't feel guilt or shame. When we're talking about sex, you should feel very comfortable about it, because this is the whole thing of being with somebody, right? Feeling comfortable in your body with your parts and with the other person. Now, let's say that you never really had something for anal sex because when you masturbated, you really didn't touch yourself there. You didn't really care. And your partner is asking you, please, I want to have anal sex. And this happens a lot. I mean, it's only normal that you would want to explore more after a while of being with somebody, or not. You're just curious. Well, it's a very delicate topic because men tend to be a little bit more rougher on that, because they are built in a way that probably it doesn't hurt them as much. We women are a little bit more fragile in that sense. So there is a hit and run here. The man has to be really gentle. So if you're in a bed with a man and he wants to have anal sex, he has to be very soft and gentle about it. And also, it's something that probably you don't want to take right away when you just met somebody, unless you're very comfortable, and then it's great. But sometimes to get to anal sex, you have to really warm up, do a lot of foreplay, get to really know the person and feel comfortable, because it is a very private place. Like, it's not normally used for sex in general, on talking about the heterosexual couples. So first of all, you have to warm up. You have to really get to know the person. He has to really turn you on, and you have to be extremely, extremely turned on in this situation, because the anus is something that it's meant to be for something else. So if you're going to play with that, you really, really, really have to make sure that you're dilated back there. You know, let's call it our friend in the back. So first of all, I would recommend lubricants. This is very, very, very important. You can't play without lubricants in the back, because it's all very dry. It doesn't have the natural moist that the vagina has. So you have to play with this. Always use lube if you're going to have anal sex. Now, the question of this person B, she was saying that he had a really big penis and this was a problem. And it is. Of course it is. If you have a big penis, it's going to be harder if you have a smaller. This is the truth. But listen, don't lose your hope. That doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be necessarily impossible because he has a big penis. He can have a big penis and you can be extremely turned on. You can use a lot of lube. You can play a lot first with the fingers and then with the penis. You just can't go straight the penis and the anus, because that is very harsh. You have to play. You have to warm up. Maybe it won't happen in the first intercourse. Maybe it won't happen in the second one. Maybe it won't happen after a month. But you have to warm up that area because you're not used to that. It's not familiar for you. So if he has a big penis and he wants to play and go straight in, that's not going to work. You have to play a lot first. A lot, like almost to be able to reach an orgasm before he penetrates you. And if you want to try on your own and it doesn't work, then maybe it's not your thing, and that's acceptable too, and he needs to understand it. There are some people that just don't like it, and it's not because they're closed-minded. It's not because they don't want to play more and know more things. It's not because they're not sexual enough. Maybe it's because they're just not very interested in the topic. They just don't want to play there. They think it's not okay, or they don't feel sexual about the anus, and that's okay too. So just keep in mind that it doesn't have to necessarily be that you love it. Now, ladies, I have to say, gay people cannot be wrong, okay? Not all of them can be wrong. If they do anal sex, it is for a reason. There is great pleasure out of it. So if you really know and you master it and you try it and it works, you will find pleasure in it. Probably you won't always do it because it's not something that you would try every time, all the time, like regular sex, but it could be something very interesting. I would try it. If I'm you, I would talk with my partner, I would use lubricants, and I would go little by little, baby steps. Just remember, if you want to send any questions or comments, please send us an email. If you want to be like anonymous, that's fine. Remember newsupnow.com, and you click on entertainment. You can send us an email, ask any question of any type, and we will be more than welcome to respond. This is Uncensored Pillow Talk. I'll see you next time. Have a great week.